Sammy, you said the expectation women nowadays have for men, they're extremely unrealistic. Do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I just feel like, and this gets talked about a lot, but like the expectation of that women have of men, I feel like is just way higher than they're not willing to give back what they're expecting, essentially, is what I hear a lot when I listen.
Sure. Like there's a lot of shit girls want that they would not give back. Like, for example, if like bro, like if you with a girl and she going through a lot and she got a lot of insecurities and a lot of insecurities and like anger issues or some shit, and you like leave her because of it. Oh, they look at you like you're a horrible guy. You're this insecure, weak man who can't handle a woman. But vice versa. Oh well, girl, he's traumatized, and you need to leave him alone. Yeah, girls want you to do shit they would never do for you.
Like, I will say that I've been very blessed with my panels the last 2 times I've been on here. I've had great panels and like great ladies, and you ladies are great too. But I feel like it's a lot of the feminists that come on and they're like man haters basically, and they're like, men should do all of this, but then it's like, what are you willing to give to them in return? So it's kind of just
that's fair
outlook on that.
I'd agree.
Like, they expect for their dates to be paid for, and they expect all of these things to be given, but then have no true substance to give back.
I have a question. Like, okay, so I'm probably gonna get hated on if she sees this, but I have a family member who was dating a man for like 5 years, and then shit hit the fan, and she became this like feminist lesbian man hater. Like, what do you guys think on that sort of situation?
Wait, she
was dating him, and then what? And she became a lesbian.
Okay, she says that she was always a lesbian until she finally realized after she was out of this 5-year relationship with this man. But when she talked about it, she was talking about like marrying this man and then like him not exceeding the expectation that she wanted. So then she had this epiphany of being like, oh, I'm actually a lesbian, and then starting like man hating on.
Bro, that shit is so wild. Like 5 years or didn't work out. Now you're a lesbian.
On all men. Something
That
about
shit crazy.
that just to me is like, I'm so curious to think of what
That
you guys
sounds
think.
something about
Little
that sounds like
cray-cray.
he was dating a bitch.
Lulu up in his bitch.
Does that make sense or no?
What did you say?
It sounded like she was just a really disgruntled person, and oftentimes people like that just look to blame their hate for
Like a
themselves
victim
on
almost.
others.
Yeah.
And so she probably wasn't feeling fulfilled herself, so she chose to put that blame on him. And some people just feel the need to victimize themselves and find a scapegoat, and I believe that might be what happened. And you sit.
So many girls do that. So many does that. Every time you see a girl with a new boy or a new relationship, it always my ex fault. It was my ex. He was toxic. He did this. He did that. No guy treats me right. Yeah, it's never you, shorty. It's never you. I'm always a guy. It's never you, shorty.
There, and if you sit in those emotions, that anger will continue to build up, and that resentment. So she probably sat there in anger for so long, and staying with him only like essentially magnified that and her hate for men, because she just sat there in distaste.
I feel like also just because she broke up with her, because she was the one that initiated the breakup, and then 3 months after I was broken up with, and I felt like we kind of like, well, I didn't, but she did like want to like bond over that breakup, and I just felt like it was something that I personally wanted to go through. But I felt like she was dumping that onto my situation, because I also like took time to look back at the relationship that I had and realized certain things that I did wrong and wanted to correct that in my next relationship. But I just was so like confused and was curious as to how someone can switch that motive and being like, oh no, I'm actually a full-on lesbian and I in fact hate all men. And like,
wait, she verbatim
Yeah, she says she's a full-on lesbian.
The worst gender
I mean,
reveal is finding out that your man's a bitch.
What?
Wait, did she claim she was lesbian all along?
Yeah.
Or did you know that she was lesbian
No,
when she was in
she
the
says that she always felt that she only had crushes on men because everyone else had a crush on that man. But I feel like I can debate on that. I'm like, girl, the man that you were dating on or crushing on were not it. Like, I swear to God, there was no one crushing on them except you, girl.
What?
That's toxic as fuck. A lot of girls do that. A lot of girls only want a man because another girl wants him. Toxic as fuck. That's why a lot of dudes, damn, bro. When I'm single, nobody hit me up. But when I got a girlfriend, everybody's in my DMs. That's how women work. So, another thing, she's toxic as fuck. She's toxic as shit for only going for somebody because other people want them and wasting the dude's time. She wasted 5 years of his time. Wasted it.
What were her specific grievances
Because she had a fucking crush.
with the guy she was dating?
She great.
Mostly just like how he stopped. What Morgan was saying, like he wasn't like saying, "Hey, like let's go out," initiating dates, and just like stop trying, and like emotionally unavailable. Just like same thing. How every other girl says, like, "Oh, like we stopped because he wasn't emotionally available. He wasn't trying anymore. He just gave up, let himself go." But I'm like, is that enough to really full?
What I don't understand about this whole the guy stops trying thing or whatever is, are you guys trying?
They're not.
Like, are y'all?
But they're not. Like a girl wants you to chase them before you get her, then win and continue the whole time while she gives you nothing. She gives you nothing.
All the ones who are
Right.
like putting in the effort to set up the date.
That's what you're saying. Did they stop
Yeah.
trying because you stopped trying?
Yeah.
No, it's
So
like
now
it's like these girls who say he never texted me. Did you text him? Did you send a message?
Okay, for my. Oh, go ahead.
Girls will even say a guy will double text you and then he'll stop texting you and then she'll be like, "Why did you stop texting me?"
Because you shot down my.
What?
Because you shot down my the guy as a guy. Like you made me feel like I wasn't. Like
No,
I
but
was
what
less.
I'm saying, the girl will be like, "Oh, the complaint here would be, let's say
Invalid.
a girl and the guy hook up, and then he doesn't text her again. But did you but she never texted him either. Well, it's like you're both kind of
In the same,
Isn't that
you're both in the same
isn't that
situation.
more or less on the spectrum of the equality conversation?
What do you mean?
Like, because I hear what you're saying and I agree. Like, if she stops putting in effort, why should he continue to put in effort? And also, men can't read our minds. So if you're not like very specifically saying, I would like you to text me every morning and tell me that I'm beautiful, and I would like you to plan dates once a week, then he's not. I mean, men are very like direct, so they need that rather than just I want more romance. But
well, okay.
would it be considered like, is that the equality because wouldn't someone earlier was talking about masculinity in the comment section, and so I'm curious, like, wouldn't some men perceive that as masculine if she then starts to reciprocate in that way?
It's not masculine to initiate
To produce
It's not masculine to communicate. Hey, it was fun last night. You want to go out again? Hey, it was great. Let's text again. You doing that, interested. Then, if he don't text you back, he's not interested. So you did your part, he ain't do his part. Move on.
an
conversation.
outcome.
I think girls just don't text because they don't want to seem like they're desperate.
And
Yeah,
then
but
when,
a guy could just say the same exact thing.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
girls
that's
are
expected
more-
from a guy. It's different.
but let's say
It's
Right.
always the man is supposed to start it. Like, right? That's what they say. They're like, oh, well, if the
But
man
like,
wants
okay,
you.
so I think when it comes to like this whole thing where men will put in effort in the beginning and then just stop. Well, until they met you, maybe they had to put in that initial effort with like 10, 20, 30, 40 different girls. So they're already burned out. And then, okay, they finally, got you, whatever, cool. And then they just start coasting. And it's like, well, they already put in all the effort. Y'all never put in any effort in the
But what
beginning.
Yeah, I think it's fair. You're saying that you want your effort to be matched.
What if they
Yeah, match me.
start off strong and then they slowly start like losing that momentum, and you as a woman, even despite being like, oh, I don't want to be desperate, but I know what I want and what are my needs, and I'm going to show that and tell you clearly this is what I expect from you, and if they choose not to meet those expectations, then that's when I feel like the fall through of like, okay, they're not trying, so I'm not going to try.
What's your
anymore.
version of a woman coasting?
The beginning
what's
of a
what's the
relationship.
version of a woman coasting?
Yeah.
You just mean the default for women?
No, I'm curious.
You mean
well,
just
yeah.
the status quo of how women move?
Well, the equivalent of like her
what do you
saying
mean?
that he stopped
That's
trying.
what women do is coast. What do you mean?
I feel like
That's what I'm asking.
You just show
curious.
up.
I feel like for a woman,
Yeah.
at the beginning, a man does more to get the woman's attention, and then as the woman is more attracted to this person, she does more. So she's expecting more from a man because it's growing for her. She's doing more for this person because she genuinely feels something. But it's like the opposite for a man. They're gonna do all they can at the beginning, and then slowly they're gonna just stop and stop and stop. How is that balanced?
What the fuck? Where's these flies coming from? Our effort is front loaded. We do all the work in the beginning. And then,
And then the girl has to do the rest of the work for the rest of your life.
Not what it is. She try to manipulate it. That's not what it is. The guy gonna show you how he wants to be treated and how he gonna treat you. If you decide to play hard and play, he gotta work for me. He's gonna get drained out. Like the dude's going to get drained out. So eventually, he's going to stop doing it because he's drained out. Then when you're finally ready to start giving, now you want him to keep up. But he been running the race the whole time by himself. So yeah, he's tired. Yeah, the energy's out. No, the romance gone. Bitch, I tried everything in the beginning. You did nothing. You didn't even match me. So I couldn't even save any bullets in the chamber. I couldn't put nothing in there because I had to use it all. Yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, so nah, she tripping. Well, she was like, well, when the girl get interested, now we trying. You should have been trying from the jump. If you were interested in me at all, you should have been trying.
I think
Like, you didn't do enough then.
I think what you're saying is if she just shows up, I would. But if I were a man, I'd find that very unattractive.
That's
If all she does is just show up, if that's her only job is to like be there and
that's how it
look
is.
attractive.
That's how it is.
Not in all relationships.
That's how it is.
That's why I said what I said, because so think of it as a job interview, right? When you go to a job interview as the person who's applying for the job, you're selling yourself to the company, but a lot of people don't realize the company's also selling themselves to you. So a job interview is, mutual, right? You want to work for this company, and does this company want you to work for them? And I feel like that's how, obviously maybe not as formal as that, but in a relationship, when you're first starting the relationship, it's like, I want to date you, and I'm going to show you that I want to date you, and you should reciprocate the same way. We should both show each other that we're interested and keep that interest. And then now, as we become a couple and more exclusive, and now we're physically dating, that try should continue from both sides. But that's where society's, I just think, fucked up right now, because women just think that men are supposed to sell themselves to them. And they're just the men are supposed to do everything. They're supposed to try. They're supposed to put in all the effort. And the woman just expects to sit there and just be pampered.
And be hot, yeah. Like that's the contribution.
With nothing to give.
And a lot of women think that way because that's how they were raised. Think about it, like as having a daughter or a little girl, the whole time y'all spoil the girl, spoiled. She get whatever she wants. She never get told no. It always, baby, you have to do anything. Let the guys do it. Just sit here. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so adorable. So for all them years, girls are told this. So then when reality fucking hits them and they go into the real world and it's not like that, then there's, oh, I can't find nobody. I gotta be cute. Then you get like only fangirls. You get girls who use guys for money because their whole life, that's how they was raised.
And I think that's what the problem is. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
You look confused. So.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for the cosign.
It's a fair
No, you guys, look, I mean, do you get, like, what do y'all really do to, at the start, at the start of a relationship, what do you really do to actually make it happen?
Well, I think a high